Polish meetings. They are in private hands mostly. Yeah, that's the nicely restored Uha standard just a few weeks ago.
15-meter wingspan.
It's 50 meter, yeah, it's 50 meter.
What glue did they use then?
I think Polish. No one at the time ever considered that those gliders gonna survive 60 years or more.
Right.
So it was okay, it was good enough. Okay, now we are the second influential type was the first actually a modern glider designed in Poland. It was open class, as we would say today. So it had all these bells and whistles, had flaps and chamfered air brakes, water tanks, retractable wheel. Not very successful internationally, but very influential type. It was the first and actually one of only 2 open class gliders produced in quantities in Poland. The second one was Open Yanta.
Was that single seater?
It is a single seater. Yeah, very popular in 50s, 60s. They quickly disappeared from Polish clubs in 70s because they were obsolete as a competition gliders and they didn't work well as a club gliders, and they were replaced by Open Yantas. And we are in 60s, probably the golden era of wooden gliders and the golden era for HD company as well. So 4 main types, Foka, Bocian, Pirat or Pirat in Polish, and Zephyr family. Okay, Foka was definitely the first really modern type designed in early 60s, produced in several variants, but Foka 4 and Foka 5 were built in most, there were most numerous types produced. Very modern looking glider for the time, very modern design with laminar airfoil, which was a novelty in Poland at that time. Also very successful one, because in 1965 in South Cerny in Britain there was a world championship. So it came third in standard class and it came first in open class. It was quite unusual for a standard class glider to win in open class. It was kind of a bit of luck, because the weather was strange, tasks were weird, and also the quality of Jan Wróblewski, who won his first World Championship title at the time, allowed this glider to be successful. Well, but the fact is, it was the only one first and the last standard class glider which won open class World Championship. The Foka 5 was its modification. They were both produced in large numbers, probably about 400 or 500 of them were built, remained in Polish clubs until late 90s, initially as advanced competition gliders, then as advanced trainers. The next important design was Pirat in Polish. It was the first club glider or general trainer design from scratch, as to be like that. Despite some teething problems, it was very successful, very popular, not only in Poland, a lot of them were sold abroad, also to Britain. They became actually dominating in Polish gliding clubs during 70s and 80s, and they are still in use to this very day, although most of them are non-aerobatic anymore because again of glue joint problems, but they are still in use, very resistant to field landings, high wings,
detail,
strongly built. So yeah, all in all, very could design. And Bocian, you may actually notice that the designation number is quite low. That's because this glider was designed in 1954 as a competition two-seater, similar to K13 actually. And then the two-seater competition class became not very popular. Also, the glider quickly became obsolete in terms of performance. So in 60s, they decided to redesign it, to simplify it, and to make it into the double-seater trainer. And in this role, it was very popular. About 800 were built. Probably very few Polish gliding pilots never flew Bocian. Most of us soloed in the type. It is still in use. It is still in use. Again, most of them are non-aerobatic, but yeah, they can be met in almost any Polish gliding clubs. They were also popular abroad, not as popular as K13 or Czech Blanik, but still many of them were sold abroad to Great Britain as well.
They made of? They were the
They were they were wooden. Wooden. No aluminum gliders in Poland, except the late type, which wasn't built by Eszder. So it is entirely wooden glider with some metal elements in the structure, but it was plywood covered, so it's kind of more modern build than K13, but a similar performance.
But 50 meters, yeah?
If 15, I think, a little bit more than 15.
It's not 15.
I'm not sure.
16 and a half, I think.
No, 6.5 is K13.
And Zephyr. I mentioned that the only two open class gliders built in numbers in Poland were Jaskółka and Janta. But this one is open class, never was built in mass. It never went to the mass production. But I mentioned it, the first version, which is Zephyr 2, was quite successful, won the World Class, Open Class World Championship in 1963. Its successor, Zephyr 3 and 4, had that distinctive, modern, futuristic, rocket-like look. I mention it because it was probably the most complicated wooden glider ever built. You can see in its old film. It had extension flaps combined with ailerons.